Hello, good afternoon. My name is Marco Fehmer. First of all, I'm very pleased being here because at the end I'm back in my hometown. So like a sailor calling different port of calls around the world, finally I got the chance even to have this opportunity to introduce myself again to my hometown. So thank you to Remy for the invitation. So I'm dealing mainly about as the introduction we see that the port is using a port community system and a TOS, which is the terminal operating system, and this is the world where I'm coming from. So we are providing our services and our know-how to the terminal operators, and we know we're faced with the issue they have in managing the business, and we talk even to shipping lines. So what is happening nowadays is that shipping lines are merging all together. So, and we find global alliance. So, as you see, I don't know if you can see from this slide, about 80% of the shipping lines that currently are traveling, I'm talking about container traffic, are managed through free alliances. So only free operators represent 80% of the market. This because they are really worried that traffic is not growing. They have problem of managing their internal cost. So this is a little strange because we've just learned that some of you is worried that the traffic may still increase and create other troubles. Others are worried that the traffic may decrease. So we don't know what the reality is. But they are really worried and concerned about their cost. So this means they are looking for new research and to implement new ways. It was a great request from the industry itself to reduce the cost and find a new proposition of value. So no longer simply proposing the shipment, or the load and unload, but even proposing other services to the customers. The new vessels, always bigger and bigger, require major investments in terminal and ports because they need big quick cranes, they need dredging to be done, otherwise they cannot call that port. And this is even creating a lot of changes in the worldwide routes because the new vessels cannot call traditional ports. So the port operators and shipping lines see a lot of value in the technology and in the value of the data they are managing to enhance and to optimize their operation. So the traditional exchange of information, it's normally between two actors that have to exchange some data through a third party, a trusted party, let's say. They do not talk each other. This is a little now IT. I hope there's no professor of IT here present, otherwise he will kill me, because I really made it very simple, which is even complex to myself as well. But what is coming now, it's a new technology, which is the blockchain. Blockchain is open and public as a first prerequisite. Everyone can access to this data. It's public. It's distributed worldwide. There's no limit in having access to this, and it's synchronized, meaning that all the data are valorized, are checked, and at the same time available to everyone in each part of the world. This is what it does not represent the complexity of the new technology, but at the end we will have multiple actors that can connect to the blockchain that has been created, and each transaction is saved in different nodes that are shared among the actors that can act as authentication node and have all that transaction, or just simply be participant of this open and public ledger. Now, why I am talking about this technology that you probably heard about only about the coins, the bitcoins, but now it's no longer this, because now this is trying to be applied even to the shipping industry. Where is mainly IBM, one of the main drivers, is trying to find business cases for this technology, and one of the areas where they've targeted, it's the shipping industry. And they decided to talk to shipping lines. And being shipping lines, as I said initially, the owner of the process, just 3 of them, if you have them on board, it's easy that you can find the standard. So today, the process, how it works, is by individual nodes. So we have a port community system that luckily have been already very well introduced by my colleagues, so I don't want to go again and talking who is going to talk. It's localized at the port, and I added the bank because it's another important aspect, it has been mentioned as well. When there is another port, maybe on the other side of the world, and maybe with the third, the final destination, which is a small port that might not even have a port community system, because not all ports does have it. It's not a standard everywhere. Single ports still rely on the system that each terminal operator has. So now, just simplifying, reducing the number of errors going, the quickest way how the different ports, or not let's say the ports, but the terminal operator interact, it's talking each other. So you have to figure out that the first information that arrives from one port to the other is the BEPLI, which is the stowage plan of the vessel. So like a gentleman agreement or a courtesy, as soon as a vessel leaves one terminal, this stowage plan of the condition of the cargo is sent to the following port of call of the vessel. So they already start sharing something which is purely related to the operations. This data are exchanged with the ocean carrier, of course, because it needs this data. They will do their stowage coordination at a higher level, and they will start then sending out all the loading and discharging instruction. But at the end, who is a little out of this, it's the importer and exporter. They at the end just order, I need these goods to be shipped from Genova to Singapore or vice versa. But they don't know all these details. They are not connected. In the new design, so the importer and exporter might become active actor of the business. So the idea of the shipping line is to let them book their shipment directly on their system and use this blockchain technology to let all the documents be exchanged throughout this chain. So all our actors start taking life, and at the end they are connected in this way. The idea at the moment, which probably it's a pilot, is that the importer and exporter will talk through the ocean carrier system. So this worldwide transport community system, I don't know how we would like to call it, but enabling the contact between the two of them and enabling them to have a real-time asset tracking of the container, for example, thanks to whichever technology it is, smart technology, so it's the Internet of Things at that point. But tomorrow, in my opinion, even the link with the ocean carrier might disappear and they can have access, they could access directly. Maybe we are talking about 20 years from now, but I think it's the right place here to talk about future. So at the end, possible scenario that there's new opportunities for importers and exporters to have direct access to the shipment and to organize it. Ocean carriers leading the solution, they will increase the penetration in the business. So they will become at the end forwarders, they are hauliers, they are terminal operators. Do not forget that all shipping lines have shares in all terminals almost nowadays, and some of them completely own 100% container terminals. So at the end, it's the same subject, the same actor. And this is my personal opinion, what can still influence the architecture basically are the decision of local customs or other politics like the local veterinary or chemistry and so on, but mainly the customs that decide whether to be part of this global community, or they say, no, we talk to the port community system, that will be the port community system and has to connect to the blockchain, for example. And so I think that port community system has to face with new roles and probably new rules, because I see shipping lines very aggressive on this. And This means at the end that this shared information, there's a value beyond that, that it's recognized by the shipping lines. They are already thinking of sharing this stowage planning among ports, among themselves to decrease the number of restow of container in the port, to have a better asset tracking of empties, for example, to reduce the voyage of empty containers, and provide this tracking and tracing capability to their customers. At the end, this means that they are pouring money into the system. So I think we will see something new coming very soon in these collaboration tools. And that's it, unless you want even to talk about automation. Thank you.